Hey, we're recording this before Game 7, so there isn't going to be a fancy intro. We're only doing an hour show. It's going to be great. Mark's in Hawaii. He's stopping volcanoes. He's making sure those things don't erupt anymore. He ain't going to be on the show. You see Lyle. He's going to join us in the first segment here. But before all that, we're going to talk about things and stuff that happen. It's Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with a C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
All right, we're doing things. Hey, it's Game 7. All right, so here's the thing. I'm Scotty Waz. Johnny P there, Lyle Richardson there. We are all here. So the reason why we're doing an hour show is because Game 7 is an hour away as we record this. We couldn't do it Tuesday night. Thursday would be well late. So we're going to do it now. So welcome. We are going to do as much as we can in as little time as we can. Puck drop, I think.
It's actually my motto some nights.
Right. Shit. About 8:10, I think, Eastern time puck drop is. So we'll talk. Until then, we'll see where it goes. You're listening to it afterwards, podcast people. So, hey, wow, what a game, huh?
Boy, howdy. I can't believe that thing that they did at the end. And boy, I was sure glad that team won.
But you know what? They're going to be, they certainly are the Eastern Conference champion.
Without question.
Can't take that away from them.
Absolutely not.
They will go on to face the Vegas Golden Knights, which, Jesus Christ, we'll talk about those guys in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going back over.
Good.
I was going back over the tape, and from our prediction thing, we all picked the over. I said they'd be more Columbus Blue Jackets and just barely missing the playoffs. Man, we were all wrong.
Oh. Which seems to be the overwhelming running consensus of everybody in the NHL ever.
Which, hey, good for them, unless they face the Capitals, and then fuck them.
What did it be so apropos, though? I was thinking about it today, and this is the cynical part of me. Speaking
You're
up,
a Caps fan, it's fine.
Is that I feel like the Caps will win tonight, Game 7. I feel like they're playing well. I like chances, but wouldn't it just be fucking kicking the balls if GM is still the reason the Capitals don't win the Stanley Cup?
That would be amazing. But here's the narrative that I'm seeing changed. That they can't be the Penguins. Narrative changed.
Mm-hmm.
They can't win in a Game 7. We'll see what happens. Then they can't beat Marc-Andre Fleury. Those are the narratives that could very well be changed.
Wow. Slaying a whole bunch of playoff demons in 1 year, my friends.
That'd be fantastic if they did. But that Vegas team.
Oh man. Oh, mama.
They're good. They're deep. I think they would match up good against the Cap because it's depth versus depth, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think the Caps done really well so far in the games that I've watched. The Caps have tried to, in the games that they won, they've controlled the tempo of the game.
Yes,
they've slowed down the neutral zone. They've been able to break out and counterattack when they could. That's what the Capitals have been doing really well, and hitting the shit out of anything that moves.
Yeah.
Even their own teammate.
When they set the physical tone of the game, they win that game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we'll see what happens. Puck drop again in about an hour time. Real quick, around the horn for weeks. Johnny, you have anything in the week?
What a shit show this week was. I did get to see the Blue Angels flying around my office building today, though, because they're in town for the Naval Academy graduation, which I believe is Friday.
Sounds
so
right.
They've been practicing all week, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
You can actually, we have like an eatery type area that's outside on the 7th floor of the building that I'm in. It's like on the roof, basically. So you can like go out there and just watch and hear and the sound of them coming. Like they're not even remotely close to you, but you you feel it, you
Yeah.
hear it. I mean, it's amazing.
Nice. Nice. Lyle, anything in your week?
Not really. No, just another day here in Prince Edward Island. Another week, just doing yard work. That was the most exciting thing I did, apart from my constant coverage of the playoffs for 3 different sites. But hey,
Nice.
I'd rather be busy than not. So
Kinda like that.
yeah, I'm winning the battle with my weeds right now, and the fact that I got a really good weed killer. But now I've got to start I got to start like raking up that mess of dead weeds and overturn the soil and get it prepped for putting down grass seed. But unfortunately, the weather's not cooperating. It is 2 degrees Celsius here right now.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and up
Frost
west here-
advisory for tonight?
yes, no shit. We had 2 frost advisories at the end of last week, and we got another
It's
one
almost
tonight.
Lyle.
They've got wet snow to the west of us here. Okay, so
Hey.
yeah,
Eric Francis, we've called him worse. Come on.
so yeah, but that's been my week. So
We had flea market week. In the flea market,
Yes.
there's Antique Shop. Antique Shop had this thing. So first off is this one. It's the Minneapolis Millers of the AHA, 1929-30. Program from that time. So it's nice and obviously a little yellowed here and there. So we got this one. And then,
Oh, it's almost 100 years old, dude.
yeah, well,
It's still in excellent shape.
getting better condition. Then we got this one. So this is the Madison Square Garden program for the 1933-34 season. The date was November 21st, 1933. The Rangers, the world champs of 1993 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. You got a goddamn bet we're probably going to play a ha-ha fuck you about this one.
Oh my
just-
God, we're not going to get
gonna
any of
come
these
up
right.
with-
Jen's
I'm
going to
gonna
have
come up
to
with
come in and
era.
she'd stand the only chance in that one, I think, being the NHL history girl, because
Yeah.
my knowledge of NHL history is pretty good up until getting back into the 40s. Then it starts getting really fuzzy, and by the early 30s, I don't know. Was Eddie Shore playing then? Yes. Was he playing for those 2 teams? No. Oh well, that's the only guy I knew.
Yeah. So this has things with the Rangers and the Americans. Also a thing about Lester Patrick in here. A lot of crazy bullshit. So
That was a hell of a find, though. I saw you put those pictures up. That was
yeah.
on the Facebooks there a couple of days ago.
on the Twitter machine.
Mm.
So yeah, great times ahead. Baltimore Orioles, the AAU. They have the AAU in here. So a little bit of Baltimore Oriole history in here as well. So good times. So those are pretty rad finds. Not a very pricey find, but a find nonetheless.
Mhm.
It
I'm
wasn't
willing-
15 cents. It says it's 15 cents.
I know,
Yeah.
right? But with inflation.
It's $3,000.
Yeah. I got it under a C note, but not by much. But for something like this in North Dakota to come up,
Yeah.
you gotta jump at it.
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah, it's better than a
Absolutely.
C-bomb.
We've walked past that like 3 or 4 times, like just thinking, what if we buy it? What if we buy it? I'm just like, fuck it, who cares?
Well, it is, like it is history, man.
It has
really
some
cool stuff.
Has some value to it.
Well, think about it. I mean, they're writing about, like you said, it's got something here about Lester Patrick. Yeah, the guy they named the award after was still alive back then.
All right,
You're
exactly.
reading about this guy while he's still alive, for heaven's sake. Like, yeah, you got history in your hands there, my friend.
Yes. So there we go. That was my weekend. All right, so we go to the Patreon pick. We had 2. Obviously, 2 will enter, 1 will leave. If you want to go to patreon.com/faceoffhockey show, you too can join the patrons there and join in the action. Be part of the Patreon pick each and every week. You can be like Brian or Damon or Mark or Trista or Matthew or Ethan or Chris or Mitch or Angela or Sean. They all donate it, and you can too. Patreon.com/faceoffhockey show. This week, the picks, we had memorable game 7s or favorite minor league teams / logos. Obviously, this every memorable game 7s, duh. And the minor league team logos was for the new Newfoundland Brimleys.
Yes.
The new ECHL team, the Growlers of Newfoundland, with a dog that looks like diabetes.
That's weird. I have a growler upstairs from Heavy Seas.
Interesting.
Mm,
Probably
Yeah.
looks better than the growler they have as a logo.
yeah.
I
I get what they were trying to do. It's the whole Newfoundland dog thing and all. Yeah, they call it the growlers. You know,
kinda...
eh.
Apparently that was the infantry there, or some stuff like that. Some such of the Royal Newfoundland.
The Royal Newfoundland Regiment.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't
So
they have called them the Doofies?
they could have the Newfoundland Newfies.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if ask Anthony Bourdain about that, because he caught a lot of flack when he did a show. When he did one of his shows was set in Newfoundland, doing Newfoundland cuisine, which is fantastic, by the way. But I guess in promoting the show, they said something about Newfies, and a bunch of Newfoundlanders got all butthurt. You know, and it was just like, what? You know,
Yeah.
oh,
Thought
it's
that's what they were
derogatory. Well,
called.
I had somebody. Well, I read somebody said
Does that
I
mean
tried
they're
to make
allowed
the
to call
comparison.
themselves that?
It's somebody was trying to make the comparison that calling a Newfoundlander a Newfie was akin to calling a black person the N-word. And I'm like, dude, that is
That's
not even
Stretch.
close to being comparable.
Stretch.
Oh my, a stretch. That stretches credibility, my friends. I'm telling you, that is absolute bullshit. But anyway, so that's why I don't call it butthurt about it. And my wife is from Newfoundland, so I can say that very comfortably. And she's not one of
See,
ones
that's
that
the
got
old
butthurt
I have a
about that.
black friend comment. That's not.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, but what if you married your black friend? What then?
Oh, I'll be called other things too.
You brought that up. Now we're getting into a whole weird area, Scotty. Bring us out of the skid, brother.
Nope. So listen, if they call me,
We're gonna
an
ride this over the
NF,
cliff.
Yeah.
But anyway,
all right.
no.
So, we'll have you guys time to stew over that. Memorable Game 7s and minor league logos and team names that you love. We'll run through some news real quick. Lou Lamoriello is now the P-Hop of the New York Islanders, and we couldn't be happier.
Oh, that's fantastic. There changes.
So does Tavares go? Does Tavares stay?
I'd say it improves the odds that he stays. He reportedly was happy with the Islanders signing. Of course, if you want to be cynical, you could read into that and say, well, of course he's happy. He's happy that he's getting out of there before Lou takes over full time. But no, there's the consensus around the league seems to be, around the league pundits anyway, seems to be that Tavares wouldn't mind, that having Lamoriello there might. Because one thing Lou isn't going to be doing, he ain't going to be hoarding draft picks and prospects like Gar Snow.
It's true.
He's not going to sell the farm, but he'll sell a good chunk of it to bring in help right away.
And now, obviously, the Gar Snow watch is available for anybody who wants to see where the hell he's going to go, when, and how.
If he stays, his role is going to be significantly.
It's gonna be great.
He'll be the Greg Sherman,
cardboard Greg Sherman,
cardboard Greg Sherman of the New York Islanders.
More underage teens. Paul Fenton was named GM of the Minnesota Wild, former Nashville Predator assistant, many years under David Poyle's learning tree. So he gets his chance in Minnesota. Hey, can't do any worse.
Well, and he comes in and he says in his press conference, he said a very interesting thing that all the pundits seized on was that he's coming and saying we're just going to tweak the process. So people are wondering, tweak, eh? What do you mean by tweak? Are you just saying that so as to not to get fan expectation too high? Or is your definition of tweaks being I'm going to trade Nino Niederreiter and Charlie Coyle and, Jason Zucker for whatever I can get? So it'll be interesting to see what he does. But hey, you do make a good point there, Scotty, though, about he learned with one of the masters in David Poyle, and he had a hand in a lot of those recent big moves they made. So now he's got his chance to shine. And if he can pull off half of the deals that Poyle did, geez, the Wild could be in good shape in the next few years.
Mark Hunter, Toronto Maple Leafs part ways. Not shocked. Kyle Dubas named GM.
Damn it, Cal!
So obviously Mark Hunter, like Stu got out of here. He's like, I'm out of here. I don't need this anymore. So that's that. Dan Quinn was named New York Rangers head coach today, I believe.
That's another NCAA coach, isn't it?
Boston University.
Yep.
Everybody's going this way. It's
more and more guys from the college ranks hitting the NHL coaching ranks.
Jimmy Montgomery and now Dave Quinn to follow Dave Haxtell. there.
Mhm.
So congrats to him. Marian Hossa retired due to a skin condition. So
Well, he hasn't really retired. He hasn't retired.
I saw retired.
No. No. He has not retired, because if he retires, he gives up that sweet money, and the Blackhawks then get hit with salary cap recapture penalties. So no, he's not retired. But what he is basically saying is his playing days are over. He's not retired. His playing days are over. In other words, in the next 3 years of his contract, the Blackhawks are either going to put him on LTIR at the start of every year, or they'll try to trade his rights to a team that's got a ton of cap space. That's a budget team that needs to get up to the cap.
So this was bad translation then?
Very bad translation
from Novi Kas.
Yeah.
Because I see AP ran with he's retiring.
And it's like, well, no, he's not. He's just not going to play he's not going to play professional hockey anymore, but he's not retired because of his skin condition and long-term injury reserve, salary cap recapture penalty, blah blah blah.
Yeah. All that fun crap. So Marian Hossa retires. Scott Trade Center.
Yes.
Now named the Enterprise Center because apparently the Blues will pick you up. Interesting. The Blues are going to pick you up.
The Blues will pick you up, and they'll give you convertibles for your post-retirement midlife crisis.
Exactly.
Pick them up.
Here's the problem. We all know Marty Brodeur's post-retirement midlife crisis was banging his sister-in-law, which is now his wife. So
no, that was during his career, my friend. His post-retirement midlife crisis is doing commercials for Enterprise.
Or waiting
beards.
How not even his kids? All his kids are grown, I believe.
No, he still has young
Does he have
with
little
his,
kids?
he has kids with his first wife who are now grown, but now he also has the smaller ones with his second wife. Who anyway, it's complicated. It's complicated. Who are we to judge of the man's personal life?
Banged his brother's wife, ladies and gentlemen. Or somebody's brother's wife. I don't know. I don't know how that all works out family tree-wise, but good for him. Good on him. Sweden won the World Hockey Championship. Switzerland silver, USA bronze. Ta-da.
Good for Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland big upset.
That is good for hockey. That is when it's.
Here's the problem: Switzerland does this every year, and then we don't hear it from anybody.
No, they don't do this every year. You should.
Like every other year.
This is the best they've done at the World.
But we keep continually hear about their progress. Their progress.
And this is part of it. They keep making progress. No, them and
Germany. Eat my ass, Switzerland.
Them
spread it open. You eat it with some jelly or syrup.
But this is good
don't
though.
Have
this
that
is good
there.
for hockey.
Salt chocolate.
This is good for hockey. As I said, it's no fun when it's the same 4 or 5 teams win all. Well, remember initially it used to just be Canada and Russia winning all the time. Occasionally, Czech Republic would win. Then the United States started getting into the game here, and they started making a lot of noise. So that was good, and Sweden, and then Finland, and that's great. There was 5 now we have 5 countries, but it was always still the same 5 countries. But now you got Switzerland's making noise. Germany is coming up as well. So this is great for hockey. Great for hockey.
Last time Switzerland medaled in the World Hockey Championship was
2010.
No idea. I can't think right now. You just put me on the spot. 1948.
Johnny Close, 2013. Silver medal in 2013.
Okay. So they've tied the second time they've done that. So that's not bad. 2 silvers in 5 years. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And all they've yet to produce is Jonas Hiller. Did he play that game? I don't even know.
Nino Niederreiter.
Did he play in this championship? I literally did not watch the championship at all. It was on NHL Network.
I didn't either because I usually try to, but this year I've been so wrapped up with covering the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, I've just been catching highlights whenever I can. Noticing in the news feed. Oh, this team won, that team won. Oh, okay. Though Johnny Gaudreau, by the way, did not do Team USA any favors with the wicked slash in that game against.
I'm wondering about him a little bit.
How so? Scotty?
I don't know. I think the frustration of being in Calgary is getting to him. The frustration of them just treading water, and Bill Peters being the coach, they're probably going to tread more water.
Frustration about being in Calgary. That's not something you and I know anything about.
Fuck no.
Not at all. Not the least.
No, it's fucking. That's why I moved.
I was only there for a weekend, and I was frustrated.
That's true. Well, you had to go in the trunk. That's probably why.
I mean, yeah, I got shoved into a trunk in order to get home.
It was right across the street. We could have walked.
That's true. In hindsight, like I really didn't have to get it
Right across the street or right across the trail? Because if it was across the trail, I could understand why you needed.
There was
to
a
drive
bridge
to
over.
get
There was it was an overpass over Crowchild Trail, and there was the hotel. That was it. It was literally
wasn't it like it was less than a half mile.
less than a half mile. It was like 2/10 of a mile.
Where's that? Was this in the? Was that in the
You know where
northwest?
you know where Dalhousie Station was?
That's towards the northwest, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a
So-
hotel right by the Dalhousie train station, and we were at the Boston Pizza at the Dalhousie train station there, and the hotel was literally across the street.
What was the name of the hotel?
It was the Jesus Christ.
Friend.
No, the Inn at Crowchild. The Inn at Crowchild.
Oh my God! When my family was being posted, when we were being posted up to Alaska, we had to stay in the hotel while they moved us out. That's where we stayed. We stayed at that one.
That's where I stayed during my whole thing too. So
I was just wondering. Oh my God, small world. Holy shit! Wow.
we did it because of location. Because it was right there by the C train station. It's like, oh, we can just if we wanted to venture off somewhere like downtown, there.
We did the same thing because they were packing up our vehicle to ship up as well at the time. We shipped our vehicle at the time. We never should have. We should have driven. We drove out when we drove. But anyway, we didn't know any better at the time.
It happened.
Yeah. That was part of the reason why we chose it, because it was close to the train station. Yeah. Small world.
Small world after all.
Okay.
All right. They both tied. Memorable Game 7's logos. All right. Game 7's. Which ones do you remember, ladies and germs?
Which one are they be limited to?
It doesn't matter. Playoffs. Obviously.
Playoff for me.
Yeah.
For me, obviously, most memorable.
I love that November 3rd game that the Caps had.
Literally,
that was
game 7 of the season
of 1994. That was a great game.
Nah, for me, the Too Many Men on the Ice game, Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins, 1979, Game 7. I was 16 and still a smoker then. I was chain smoking like a demon through that game.
Nice.
Because I was a Habs fan. And if it wasn't for Lafleur, I think I probably would have died of tobacco poisoning.
There you go. One I remember is two of them was during the Calgary run. Game 7 against Vancouver. Jelena in overtime. And then Game 7 against Tampa, where they just trying to scratch back and then never did. Tampa wins 3-2. Hulk Hogan was there. It was great.
I would say Stanley Cup Final 1994, Rangers and Canucks. I mean, that one was a nail biter the whole way.
Yeah,
well, the winner
that was on fire.
The team captain was able to get his own trophy, so things looking up for him. Johnny,
I was drinking in a bar when the Caps beat the Rangers, and I have my Sergei Fedorov shirt on right now.
Nice, good luck.
Yeah,
that was a hell of a game too. It was the first. I think that was the first of the new era that they won a playoff series.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was. That's right. Yep.
Because the year before they lost to the Flyers.
Yeah, Flyers in one round.
And you guys are gonna hate me for this one too. Game 7, 2010, Canadiens Capitals. That one was so memorable because I honestly didn't expect the Canadiens that they were going to win it.
Even though
they had fought back and all this happy shit, they were down 3-1. They fought back, came back to tie the series. I still didn't think that they would be able to pull it off in Washington's barn. I thought, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen.
It's probably because you didn't have HTS. You would have known that it was going to happen. If you had
But we were doing the game. We were doing the show that night when that game was going on. I was watching it here, and I just remember going, "Oh my God, they won it!" And I was like, I was like being a Habs fan. Yeah, I was happy, but I was also shocked. I was genuinely shocked that they are able to pull it off. I couldn't believe it.
Obviously, 87 and 88, Islanders and Flyers.
Oh my
the
Lord!
Caps, the good and the bad. I was watching that the 88 one like not too long ago. The Dale Hunter goal for Hextall and all that other fun stuff. A young smoking out coke and a young Jeff Rimmer. And it was funny because the narrative beforehand, Tom Meese was setting it up, and he said, for this Capitals team, a lot of talent, just can't get to that next level. I'm like, wow, 30 years hasn't fucking changed one bit.
The Capitals are the team of the future.
Narrative stays the same. They're
Stays the
consistent, if nothing else.
The more things change, the more they
Exactly.
stay the same. I got one more for you too. 1993 Toronto Maple Leafs, Detroit Red Wings. That was a big upset. Game 7. Red Wings, I believe, in memory serves, they were. I think they were the best team in the Western Conference that season. A lot of people were expecting them to go on to big things, and Toronto upset them in 7 games. Nikolai Borshevsky with the tip-in goal.
Johnny,
Bob
you had,
Rouse.
Johnny had
And
a question.
I was Bob Louse.
Bob Rouse.
He actually, so Bob Rouse, I knew Bob Rouse. He lived in the same neighborhood as one of my friends in middle school, and we would be out playing roller hockey in the cul-de-sac, and he would like walk out of his house with a hockey stick, like almost every time we were playing.
Mhm.
We still called him Bob Louse after he left, though. Wasn't the first Penguins Stanley Cup with Crosby a Game 7 against Detroit when
it was.
Marc-Andre Fleury like dove across the goal to make that save?
The
Which,
last
like,
second.
even though I hate the Penguins, like that was one hell of a hockey game.
Mhm.
And that was a save that I was reminded of on Saturday night when Vasilevsky comes over and stops Carlson.
Yeah.
When Carlson should not have stopped that puck and just should have just hammered it.
Yeah.
Could have tied that game. I wouldn't have been able to go out and see a cover band. But then I was able to go get smammered and see a cover band. So there was that.
What did they cover?
Everything. It was fucking weird.
It's like Pollen.
They went from
The band name was Pollen.
No, it was called Paint the Town. Very bizarre. They went from like Paramore to Eddie Money to fucking Flock of Seagulls.
Holy shit.
Third Eye Blind. I'm like, the fuck's going on here?
Wow, they were all over the map.
If you like put in, I feel like that's the point where they like just have a tip jar out in the front. And if you put in $10, you get to tell them what to play next.
It's essentially a jukebox. You're not wrong. What was it? Oh, another Game 7 from that 93. The Gretzky Phantom High Stick. Or is that 93, the Phantom High Stick?
Well, that was in Game 6.
Oh, that was a Game 6.
That led to Game 7.
7. And then
But that which Gretzky called his greatest game was that one because he had I think a couple of goals and a couple of assists in that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games.
And 15 points in that game. It was weird.
Right? It was very
they won 29-12. It was very strange.
Trying to think of other Game 7s just coming to mind, and I think we kind of got them all.
Mm.
You can.
I mean, the ones I remember, like the iconic moments that I remember, like that kind of stuff. If I remember correctly, Theo Fleury scoring for Calgary was not the Stanley Cup. It was not a Game 7.
No, it was a Game 6, but it was still that was the one where he scored and he slid across the ice. That one.
Yeah, I got yelled at big time because I stayed up late to watch that game.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that was against their longtime nemesis back then, the Oilers. Yeah, I still remember Chris Cuthbert with the call. And Theoren Fleury and the Flames are in 7th heaven because that forced a Game 7, which they unfortunately went on to lose that one. But still, it was a memorable goal.
A Game 7 memorable. Steve Smith.
Oh my God, the own goal
Yeah.
in '86. Yes.
Banking off Grant Fuhr skating in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never recovered from that. He had to change his name to another generic name, Joe Clark. So.
Can you imagine what would have happened if that occurred in today's day and age? How many Steve Smiths on Twitter would have gotten destroyed in death threats?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, as bad as that. Then the good thing about the Steve Smith story is it ultimately wound up having a happy ending because, the year later he was still with the Oilers. The Oilers won the Stanley Cup the next year in Game 7 against Philadelphia, 3-1. And after Gretzky took the cup and did his normal skate, the next person he handed it to was Steve Smith.
There you go.
That was very nice. Yeah. So
here, Steve, they won't pelt you with beer.
Smith went on. Yeah, Smith went on and had a pretty good career, respectable career from all that. But yeah, he'll always be remembered for that brain cramp.
Yeah, exactly. All right, minor league hockey logos. What's your favorites? Anybody want to start?
Mine is Mine's a I don't even remember what team it is at this point, which is
That's
awful. But mine's the light blue, light gray, white color scheme with the pirate, the like skull pirate.
Oh, the Milwaukee Admirals.
Yes, I love those jerseys.
Yeah, those jerseys are
Skull
pretty
pirate
sweet.
sounds like some kind of
Skull
derogatory term.
Exactly. Sounds like the best metal band ever. Are you kidding me?
Skull Pirates.
Skull pirate. No.
Yeah, I like that logo.
The Greenville Swamp Rabbits, obviously, with a carrot as a hockey stick.
That's
always.
Yeah.
Aces.
Mine is the old Nova Scotia Voyageurs from the 1970 farm team of the Montreal Canadiens, and I grew up Nova Scotia. They were the closest thing to the Canadiens I was ever going to see live. So
There you go.
a lot of NHL greats passed through that team, like Larry Robinson, Ken Dryden, guys like that. So yeah, the V's we called them, the V's.
The V's. Yeah, they had the V boat.
Yep,
Was that is great.
you are correct, sir.
The Baltimore Bandits, obviously, a logo created by Disney. Disney created that logo for the team because they were smallly owned by the Disney Corporation because they were the Anaheim Mighty Ducks farm team. So, fun fact for you kids out there. If you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know.
I don't know a whole lot of minor league logos.
Mhm. Any logos, I guess, if you want.
Yeah,
We'll
I mean,
send them out
I
to
like
you.
the Maine Mariners, the old Maine Mariners one as well.
Well, yeah, the new one, not so great, boss.
No,
new
I know
Maine
the old
Mariners
one
logo.
was
The,
very good.
yeah, with the M, with the it looked like the Flyers M, with a big circle in the middle. Is that the one you're talking about there, Lev? Bring it up.
Bring it up
Oh
on your
God,
Scotty screen share.
I ate way too much before I came on here. That was dumb of me.
Just like before a game, you should not eat too much.
Just like
before you go on the air.
horfing down my food. Like, oh God, this one here, Lyle, this little Maine Mariner one here.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
The big,
I
the
always did
humps.
like that one.
Little
Yep.
Yeah, that one's
pinwheel
nice.
now. Yeah, it's pretty
My
sick.
humps.
And lovely lady bums. Hershey Bears is an iconic logo, I think,
Mm.
as well. Just the bear. We are also bears.
You're also bears.
We are
That
also
never gets
bears.
old. We are also bears.
The Connecticut Whale was an odd one for a time. When the Carford Wolfpack turned into the Connecticut Whale for a bit, that was not fun. It was a very weird logo.
Didn't the Flames farm team weren't they like Alberta and were effectively using like the Atlanta Flames
Abbotsford.
logo?
The
Abbotsford.
and Adirondack. The Adirondack Heat, actually, I think is the one you're thinking of. The Adirondack Heat used the Atlanta Flames logo.
I like that Atlanta Flames logo.
The Atlanta Flames logo, very.
Oh, the
underrated.
Atlanta Flames classic. That was a great logo.
Yeah.
Short of having Nero play a fiddle on your jersey, I feel like that was the closest.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
it.
That's the closest you can get without actually getting there. Trying to think, just logos in general. Just thinking of gaudy logos. Oh, the Making Whoopee. Obviously, the Making Whoopee. Fucking Whoopee, the Whoopee bird.
I just love to play on the words there, basically based on a song. You know,
Yeah.
Making Whoopee. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
The Iowa Chop, the team named after meat.
Yes. Rockford Ice Hogs is interesting because they had a pork butt on their shoulder as a shoulder patch for a bit.
You get credit for creativity with that.
Yeah. The Kelowna Rockets with the Ogopogo logo, always a good mix there. Juniors a little bit. So
Calgary
Yeah.
Hitmen.
the Hitman one, yeah, obviously that's a good one. The Brett
Did the Hitmen have a pink jersey?
They do as an alternate, yes.
Okay.
I
I feel like they should.
when they
like they had to.
started, they did, and then they kind of shifted away from it, but now it's the alternate jersey. Let's see if I can find the alternate jersey for
A
us.
good neon pink is great for jerseys.
Oh, absolutely.
I like colors that are not in the norm when you put them on sports.
Oh, that's why the original San Jose Sharks uniform was such an eye catcher. People
Oh,
were like
for sure.
teal, and people were like, "Fuck yeah, that works." You know?
You know, I actually really liked the Mighty Ducks, the D2 logo that the actual Mighty Ducks used on. Didn't they use that on one of their jerseys? The like mask duck.
Oh yeah, when they came
Yes.
out, old ducks, new ducks coming under one crest.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So here is it was the 20th anniversary jersey for the Hitmen that they adopted as their alternate jersey. And here's Bret the Hitman Hart in the original jersey. And then, of course, the 20th anniversary jersey to the right there with this young gentleman who they don't name. Because Bret the Hitman Hart, hair as great as ever.
They also
of course.
didn't name Bret the Hitman Hart in it either. They just like assumed you knew who it was.
Yeah, exactly. They kind of just like, oh, it's the Hitman in the glasses.
I just
I
remember
also
when Go ahead, John.
I like how the Hitman is like, I understand that this is a hockey jersey, but screw you guys, I'm making it short sleeves.
Throwing up the sleeves, brother.
Oh yeah, but I just remember when they brought that franchise to town and they named them the Hitmen, and there were people in Calgary, especially in the Calgary Sun, who wrote about, some of the pundits wrote about what an awful name that was, that it gave the wrong connotation, that it was just going to be a team of goons, that people get the wrong idea, and it's
But Lyle, he had to throw an article together because otherwise he would miss his morning DJ shift.
It was not Eric Francis, by the way, who wrote
Oh.
that. No.
It was really bad though that one year when they were playing in the Memorial Cup in Montreal and got screwed.
Yeah, it was really weird.
No,
It was a
yeah,
bizarre
the Montreal Screwjob Volume 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a very weird time for them.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Referee calls, kind of an odd situation.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Called that goal before it even crossed the line. That was very strange.
Yeah.
And then the team went nuts
overtime, no less.
Yeah, and then the team went nuts and they destroyed the broadcast tables, which was strange because the broadcast tables were way the hell up in the rafters.
I know, it's very. Oh, here's a lovely shot. Hold on a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is a shot of two greats. And I think this is when Joe Sakic had a part ownership of this team. There's Joe Sakic in the Calgary Hitman jersey. Look at that.
There you go.
Plastered on there.
There you go.
It looks like they just threw that jersey together seconds before he walked up there.
Put this on, Joe. What is it? Never mind. Just put it on.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to come back.
All right. Nobody's going to see the front. Just put this on.
It's fine. Name recognition, baby. That's all you got to look for.
How old was that? Like, what year was that?
God, probably 9. Let me see if there's a date to it.
That'd be late 90s, wouldn't it?
Late 90s, early no, definitely late 90s, mid to late 90s. I'm trying to find. Give me a file footage of this. 95, 96.
Yeah, that was the first season the Hitmen came in, I believe, was that year. That was their inaugural season. Second? Okay, I stand corrected.
Because their first season, they had just the word mark that said Hitman. And then I think it was Bret Hart.
I could see how that was taken wrong.
Yeah. Bret Hart, Joe Sakic, Theron Fleury were the co-owners of the team.
Right, that's right. Yes.
So it would have been. So I think this was 96, 97 season because they had the garbage jersey the first year. And then went from there. San Diego Gulls. That's a good jersey too. That's a good logo. I like the Gulls logo. Gull with a hockey stick. It's fantastic.
Phoenix Roadrunners.
Yes. Phoenix Roadrunners.
That's another good one. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the. Those were.
I like it when you have animals playing hockey on your jersey.
It gives it a nice touch.
Yeah.
It's a very nice touch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't find them.
I still like the old Capital Skipjacks jersey.
Oh, the Skipjacks jersey with the caps. Yeah, that was a good one too. The stars up the side. Oh, it's fantastic. Let's see if I have Baltimore Skipjacks. Which, by the way, the Maryland Black Bears named Clint Mylamuck as their first head coach.
Actually, I think when Mark started playing goalie, he was using that guy's pads out on the street.
Yeah, good one. He's coming from the Notre Dame Hound system. the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League and of the prep school. So
Ah.
he's got a nice little lineage to him.
Mhm.
So they released him
Kind of.
from the Hounds.
And he's going
Release the hound.
go to the Bear Den, sir. Stuff him out. Here's the Skipjacks jerseys
There you
Johnny's
go.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, that that red one's fantastic.
Yeah, that whole scheme for the Caps is fantastic. I miss it. I miss it dearly. Though it's all right now, but whatever.
I have a weird question. Do you still have that picture up?
This one, yeah.
Did they have two captains that year? Because they had a home and an away captain. Because they're two different numbers on those jerseys.
It looks like they do have, yeah, because that's a 28 and that's a 4. So it looks like they did have two different, unless they're from 2 different years. But
That could be.
yeah, it's 2 different. Yeah, it looks
That
like,
white one's seen better days.
yeah, it's a nice little cut here underneath the
Oh.
Skipjacks logo.
Hmm.
Gotta remember, this is when they only had like 1 jersey a year. So, by the way, also, since we're speaking of jerseys, someone from a pro shop or someone within an organization got the new 2018-19 Adidas catalog, and it looks like upwards of 18 teams will be having alternate jerseys next year,
That's sick.
including your Washington Capitals.
Jesus.
My thought is that the Stadium Series jersey will become the 3rd jersey.
Yes.
The Navy jersey, unless they go something completely different and just go old school again. Yeah, we'll see how that
I think
goes.
that's smart of Adidas. I think it's smart because you don't want to like redesign jerseys year 2, but
Yeah.
now you want to introduce new jerseys so that you can make more money.
Make a profit.
It's all about
And I have Adidas stock, so I'm all in on this.
Nice. Good work. Let's see.
Johnny doesn't just wear the product, he's also an owner.
Yeah, exactly.
Hair club
Johnny.
for men.
Perfect. So I'm trying to find, obviously, going to Aesthetics, see what the Jersey Watch 2018 team. Let me see here.
I've always found it super funny that like companies try to keep new jerseys, I guess, a secret for next season, but then are like, oh, by the way, here's a catalog so you guys can order what you want for your store.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
don't tell anybody. Shh.
Guys, listen, keep this on the DL.
There's a slot at Laurel right now for Washington Capitals 2018-19 3rd jersey.
Yeah. Like, guys, I don't know what's happening, but trying to find the post. Aesthetics only has just a main marketing thing, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I can't find it here. That's a shame. Whatever.
You want to talk about merchandising? Did you hear that Vegas is now the #1 selling brand
Not-
of American-based teams? NHL
Not
teams?
surprised in the least.
Speaking of Vegas and merchandise, I heard that there are Vegas Golden Knights hats in England.
Are there?
That would
Yeah,
not surprise
Phil
me.
told me that he saw a Vegas Golden Knights hat in a Sports Direct.
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
There you go.
Good for them.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
You know, well, and you think about it too. I mean, for sports fans, or hockey fans, even hockey fans in other countries. I mean, you ask them to name, American cities. Most of them they'll come up with would be either New York or Los Angeles, maybe Chicago. The famous ones, right? But
Mhm.
everybody knows Vegas. That's another one. Landmark city. Everybody knows Vegas.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um
So I definitely think name recognition certainly plays a part in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
And the fact that this could be, like, I would say it's historical.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, even if they don't win.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I did read an article that said that bookmakers could pay out over $6 million on bets.
I know some of them are just you almost want to see them win it just so that happens, right? Just so you can watch these bookmakers have an epic meltdown.
Right? Here we go. It looks like very little information. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, 2019 Heritage Jersey Classic Winter Classic. Blah blah. Okay, nothing in stone. This is from April. I saw something like last week. Anyway, but yeah, no, like, and Vegas has also the star power with it too. I mean,
Mhm.
Bryce Harper, arguably the top athlete, just backing the team.
Yeah.
which will be interesting if it's Vegas and DC, how he'll be roundly booed if he doesn't cheer for the Capitals.
I just can't get over though how many people are pissed off with Vegas getting to the final. You know, a lot of people
screams of entitlement, though.
A lot of people are buying in. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people are buying in. I mean, I don't get, I'm a Habs fan. You guys are Caps fans and all of it. But we're all sitting here going, damn, man, this is a pretty goddamn good story. This is exciting. It's never happened before. It is a first, and yeah, it's fantastic. But you got these people, and it's not just some fans. There's some pundits too that are just sort of, wow, this shouldn't be happening in their first season. This makes a mockery of how the Stanley Cup is supposed to be the hardest trophy in the world to win, as if they had an easy path.
Well, and it also speaks to like these guys never played in the NHL before. And have just happened to make it to the Stanley Cup final.
Oh yeah,
like, they've literally been trying to win the Stanley Cup just as long as some of these other players on different teams.
Absolutely, it's not like these guys all just came in newly minted first time in the. Hey guys, what's happening? First time ever in the NHL. These guys are all this, all minor leaguers or junior players, and this is all their first seasons in the NHL. I mean, though that would make the story even more fantastic if it was,
Yeah.
But
I think
it just.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I don't understand why some of these folks seem to think that they had an easy path, or my favorite, how the league rigged the expansion draft to make it easy. Oh yes, I seem to recall everybody marveling over all the bushels of great players that GM managed to select that were available to him.
That's what I was going to say.
And what a drafting genius he was for doing this. And it's like, is this the same GM who was roundly just vilified, just roundly dismissed for doing such a poor job in the expansion draft? Because I seem to recall not only supposedly did a poor job, but a lot of people also saying, wasn't as many people available, like as many notable talent available in the expansion draft as we thought there would be. Teams cutting side deals with McPhee to ensure that they wouldn't select this player, wouldn't select that player, and how screwed McPhee was in all of this. And now all of a sudden it's just like, they rigged the draft in their favor. I'm like, what the hell were you watching?
Isn't it like super funny though? Because at this point, it's effectively like looking back, you're like, okay. I understand that you want the Porsche, but I'm going to throw in a Ducati so that you buy the Porsche.
Right?
What do you think? Like, I mean, come on. Like, teams literally gave players away that are now doing like great jobs in Vegas.
Well, and some of them did it stupidly. Like I'm still trying to wrap my head around the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
Giving up Jonathan Marchessault and Riley Smith to protect Alex Trocheck, not Trocheck. What's the defenseman?
Petrovic.
Petrovic, thank you. Yes, Alex Petrovic. And Greg Wyshynski wound up getting into it. Oh God. Yeah. He I guess Petrovic wasn't too pleased with that, I guess. Apparently our buddy Greg kind of pissed off Petrovic, which really wasn't bad-mouthing Petrovic.
No.
He was just pointing out a fact.
He's just saying that Dale Talon's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, no offense, but I mean, come on now. I mean, there's you here, a third pairing NHL defense. Yay, you're better than most of us who follow this game. But here's Riley Smith and here's Jonathan Marchessault. And they gave those two up to protect you. Like, what the? That's where you wonder, is Dale Talon really the genius they seem to think he is? Because that was weird.
Pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out if they have to trade these players back next season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, even Minnesota, like for God's sake, it's like, well, we'll give you Alex Tuch if you'll take Eric Holla.
Right. Exactly.
Sure, he said.
Yeah, no. Why wouldn't we, guys? Come on.
But I mean, even guys that, but I mean, even people that are pissed, like, that are upset. There's some Blue Jackets fans are upset now that William Karlsson got taken away from them. It was like, I don't recall very many people when he was selected going, oh, boo hoo hoo. They took William Karlsson because they protected Josh Anderson. The guy they really wanted to keep. They were thrilled with that at the time. And then Karlsson explodes for 43 goals. And like, why didn't you see that he was like that? We was so underappreciated, so undervalued.
Scored 14 goals in the 2 seasons he was full-time at the Blue Jackets.
He
was not going to get anything with John Tortorella there.
In his 4 seasons, because remember, he also played for Anaheim first.
Right.
In his 4 seasons, NHL seasons, he had a grand total of 45 points. In 4 seasons. Nobody saw him doing that. Even he didn't expect this,
Mm-hmm.
So all these people that are engaging in this revisionist history, honestly, go to hell, man. Like, look back at what you wrote and what you said and what you believe. And I expect this from some fans, but pundits who are doing this, you guys should bloody well know better. Okay? This revisionist history you're engaging in, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay, nobody saw this. It's a hell of a story. This doesn't make winning the Stanley Cup any easier. It doesn't make it any easizier. It's not going to be easy for the Golden Knights to win it just because they got this far. It's not going to be any easier for team next year, And if anything, I mean, their surprising success, and I wrote about this week, their surprising success, this is going to have some repercussions both for the team, because now you've got to follow this up. What do you do for an encore after this? Even if you don't win the Stanley Cup, you made it to the Cup final. How are you going to follow this up? You've set the bar very high for yourselves now. And if you don't reach it, if you stumble the next 5 years and struggle, if you come crashing back to earth, oh boy, I mean, that could have potentially have an effect on your fan base. That could have, this could have an effect as well, like on McPhee's offseason plans. Like, do you now re-sign James Neal and David Perron to big fat deals to keep the gang together? How much are you going to pay out for William Karlsson? And what happens if you pay too much and it turns out that he was a one-year wonder? What happens if he comes crashing back to earth? And what happens for Seattle? I mean, my God, now you talk about unrealistic expectations. When Seattle gets a team, the management of that team, they're going to be expected to match this, and that's impossible. This is
I can't wait until they steal players from the Golden Knights.
Well, no, the Golden Knights are exempt. It's already been announced the Golden Knights will be exempt from the expansion draft.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
Damn it.
Because I agree with Johnny. That would have been fantastic. It's like, oh, Alex Tuch, nice little player you got there. Who are you going to give me to not touch him? Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's just going to have – and some. Let's face it, you got to think that some team owners or owners of clubs that have been struggling for a long time, do you not look at what the Golden Knights did, what McPhee did, and you turn around and you go, Jesus, I need to reevaluate my management here, because I've stuck with these guys for a while. Like, I'm not saying that the Golden Knights' success had anything to do with the Islanders hiring Lou Lamoriello, but boy, that would make a great story if it did.
True.
Oh, that would be fantastic. And how many general managers are going to rethink how they stock their rosters in the offseason? Maybe some of them are going to start targeting some clubs to see if they can start digging up these unpolished gems the way that McPhee did.
Real quick, back to the alternate jerseys real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
Blue Jackets, Blues, Canucks, Caps, Avalanche, Coyotes, Devils, Ducks, Flames, Flyers, Hurricanes, Islanders, Kings, Lightning, Maple Leafs, Oilers, Penguins, Sharks, Winnipeg, all confirmed out of the Adidas Style Guide to have alternate jerseys in 2018-19.
It would have been easier if you just name the teams that didn't, that hadn't confirmed yet. Wow, right? That's a lot of them.
19.
I can't wait until the Vegas Golden Knights throwback jerseys come out.
Right, exactly.
Throwback night for the Golden Knights.
Real quick, Lyle, before we get to your prediction, Vander Kane 7-year deal. Good idea, bad idea for San Jose.
I understand him getting the $7 million. 7's a long time though.
Yep.
5. I knock a couple of years off it. I would have been comfortable if that had been 5. A little more comfortable with 5. I'm not saying he's not going to be worth it because he was definitely a damn good fit there with San Jose. They obviously love him. They want to keep him. He wants to stay. I think that could be the best. Going to San Jose could be the best thing that ever happened to his career. I think he could be a perennial 30-goal scorer there in that town for the next 5 years. But, you know, and yeah, he's just turning 27 this summer. So, yeah, he's still in his best years. But if you're going to give him $7 million, I think 5 would have been better. Yeah. But anyway.
If I may, next week we do the picks.
Yeah.
Because then we'll have time. Lyle, for the record, has lost 1 this round already. The only person to win in the 3rd round is the Orb. As everyone else picked the Central Division.
Well, we have everything here, right?
Here
or we just don't have time to knock it out.
I don't want to. We'll only be in the game.
We can do it next week. There'll only be game 1 in that. That's
and we'll start once Lyle gets on. We'll just do it off the hop there because then we'll be starting. So I have game 7 Fortune Cookie here.
Okay.
Game 7.
So you're gonna let it sit out of its package for a week?
No, I have. This is Stanley Cup.
Fortune Cookie.
Stanley Cup. Game 7. Game 7.
I did it.
Stanley Cup.
There's 0 chance.
I have a whole other box right here.
Game. My God.
There's so many things involved.
You make it through the fucking show, I'll be surprised. All right, Lyle, are you sticking with your pick?
Yes.
Everyone across the board except the Orb took Washington. I hope the Orb is right. But game 7. Game 7. Watch for a stranger to soon become a friend.
Ooh, I think that's picking Washington to win it. You know, this is Washington going into this in the Stanley Cup. Stranger becoming a friend.
Lucky numbers, and these are all Caps alumni.
Oh, there you go.
1, Mike Liut.
There you go.
12, Peter Bondra.
Oh yeah.
20, Michael Pavanka. 34, I think that was Sean Chambers. 37, Ole Kolzig. And 40, Sebastian Charpentier.
All caps.
All caps.
Wonderful. There you go. There you go. So
a little bit of ha fuck you. The first time the Washington Capitals won a game 7 was 1988, April 16th, against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Here's the really sad part is I watched this game and I have no idea who's on the team.
Sure you do.
Well,
yeah, I know one person who was on it because you said it.
Yeah, there's one person from each team. We'll start with Johnny. Johnny, go.
Dale Hunter.
Dale Hunter's on the board. Lyle.
Ron Hextall.
Ron Hextall on the board. Now Johnny.
Oh, God.
Pete Peters.
On the board, Pete Peters.
Oh, you bugger.
Lyle.
Oh, now I got to think. Okay, hang on. 88 Flyers, right?
Yes.
Okay, Shell Samuelson.
On the board.
Yes, there we go. I'm in my wheelhouse now.
Johnny.
Kevin Hatcher.
Kevin Hatcher on the board.
Ooh, good
Lyle.
Hang on. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Brian Prop.
Prop him up for another one on the board.
Wow.
I'm going all Flyers here. I know more Flyers. I do Capitals back then.
Johnny.
Ken Klee.
No, go fuck yourself. No, not at all. Not even close. I love you. Not even close.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Close.
Capitals, right? My turn.
Yes. Yeah.
Capitals. Rod Langway.
Rod Langway on the board.
Yeah. There. I know. I just named the 2 Capitals.
Yeah. There you go, Johnny.
Alan May.
No, sir. Go fuck yourself. Lyle.
All right, I'm back to the Flyers now. Okay, hang on.
I think I named the 2 people that passed the puck to each other for the goal.
You did not.
Oh.
Hang on. Shit.
While we're at it, the coin just said red for game 7.
Nice.
Fuck. See, everything's coming up red. Sean Burr.
No, sir. You can go.
He was
fuck
still
you.
with the Red Wings then.
Yep.
Shit.
Callie Johansson.
No, sir. He was still
No,
with the Sabres.
Kelly Johansson.
Nope, he was with the
Wow.
Sabres.
Oh,
Doug
I
Brown.
have no idea if
No, sorry. No Doug Brown.
But there is a Brown, isn't there?
No Doug Brown.
Okay,
Pat
let's go
Peake.
around.
Johnny?
Who?
Pat Peake.
No, sir. Not at all. You're too late. You're drifting in the early 90s.
That was my wheelhouse.
Lyle.
Dave Brown.
There it is. Dave
Yes,
Brown on the board.
yeah, I got his name wrong.
Started with a D. You knew that.
I think I've ran out of hold
Tapping?
on.
Oh.
Craig Lachlan left to bring in Langley, didn't he?
Yes.
All right, then. Scrap.
Wait, no, he came in with Langley, but he was retired at this point.
Oh. I think I knew it with
Tapping?
Pete Peters. That was
Yeah.
because everyone else I remember is farther
Yeah.
farther into the 90s.
When I name these guys, Johnny, you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass, I'm sure.
Bob
Uh,
Rouse.
Bob.
Sorry, not on the board.
Okay.
Lyle
Was Scott Stevens still with the Capitals then?
on the board. Scott Stevens.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Johnny,
now
anything else?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Who the Flyers?
I know that I know half his team if I just thought through it.
We're sober.
Oh,
Ooh.
we're sober. AJ has one to throw in. Rick Tocchet.
On the board, Rick Tuck.
Nice. Yeah. Rick talking.
Keeping his cow ripping like streak alive.
Yeah.
Good work, AJ. Now you can buy Cal's house.
No, wait. Adam Jones already bought it.
With 10
Adam
bedrooms
Jones.
and 25 bathrooms. Yeah.
Real quick, because I don't remember any more caps. I'm going to be pissed off when you say the names. So Adam Jones bought Cal Ripken's house. And before the game in Boston, Adam Jones was asked something about buying Cal Ripken's house. And Adam Jones says, "There's no story here. I bought a house. I'm rich. I can buy houses."
Good fucking
He's
quote.
so modest.
Good fucking quote, though.
He's so modest. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more, and then I'm gonna tap because I really wouldn't know any of that. Mark Howe.
Mark Howell on the board.
Yes.
So
I
this was right around the
remember
time
all
that
those
Mark and
Flyers
I
because
started
of that.
watching hockey.
Yeah. I remember all those Flyers because of that series that they had the year before with Edmonton. That's
There you go.
classic Stanley Cup final. So I remembered a lot of those guys. Forgot
Johnny-
Rick Tocchet though.
John, you tapping?
Yeah, just go ahead. It's already 8:01.
Yeah.
So Dave Brown, Murray Craven, Doug Crossman, Paley Eklund, Mark Howe, Kerry Huffman, Tim Kerr, Brad Marsh, Scott Mellenby, Dave Pullen, Brian Propp, Shel Samuelson, Ilka Sinisalo, Derek Smith, Greg Smith, Ron Sutter, Rick Tocchet, Peter Zezel. Caps, Greg Adams, Dave Christian, Ivan Corvu, Gary Galley, Mike Gartner, Bobby Gould, Bent Gustafson, Kevin
Mike
Hatcher,
Gartner.
Dale Hunter, Rod Langway, Steve Leach, Grant Lassard, Kelly Miller, Larry Whoop Whoop Murphy, Michael Pavanka, Mike Ridley, Scott Stevens, Peter Sundstrom.
See,
There were
I had
a lot of
Pavanka. I had Pavanka and Ridley, and I thought that they were farther in the 90s.
Me too.
Kelly
Well,
Miller.
I didn't have Ridley, but I was thinking Pavanka there too. But I was like, no,
and
he
Kelly
wasn't on the
Miller.
team.
That was the top line, wasn't it? Pavanka and
I think it
Ridley
was-
and Kelly.
I think it was Gardner.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot about Mike Gartner. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a
did.
truncated version tonight.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That
That wasn't actually too bad. We didn't actually do too bad with that one.
not terrible.
No.
Johnny, any shout outs real quick?
Let's go win a fucking hockey game.
Attaboy.
I'm going to
Attaboy.
say go Capitals because for two reasons. One, I want Ovi to get into the Stanley Cup final. I want to see Ovi win a cup. which kind of foreshadows what you guys are going to find with my prediction. Sorry.
Oh.
And I want my friends to be happy. And you guys are my
Thank
friends.
you.
So I want
Appreciate
you guys to be happy.
We appreciate it. There's been doom and gloom in DC for too long.
Yes. Yes.
I want the Capitals to win, obviously. Not for the reasons for them to get to the Stanley Cup. Couldn't care less. This is personal. Fuck you, Steve Yzerman. Fuck you for making Sean Leahy hungry. Fuck you for making us thirsty. You and your wheeling, dealing, bad knee bullshit. Fuck you. It's our time now. Let's go win a fucking hockey game, boys. For Johnny P, Lyle, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself with someone else. It's been the Face Off Hockey Show pregame show on Block Talk Radio / Face Off Hockey Show. Go to our Patreon. We got things there you can get. I don't have the list up, but I gave you guys a shout out earlier, so you got your money's worth. Thank you for your quips and quaps and all that other fun stuff. Twitter, Face Off HCKY Show, Face Off FOHS Radio on Facebook. Till next week, guys. Peace. Go Caps.
We can all get by, yeah. Rely on the music. Rely on the music. Drink another beer, yeah. Smoke a little.